Realize up.
Alright guys, we're back live. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're here for the grand final of the ZOWIE Invitational #2 European version. We've got our finalists here, we've got our casters here, we've got our streamers here.
Got Team of Germany here.
Yeah, Ads, are you ready? Are you excited? Are you prepared?
Yeah, there's some sort of delay going on here, a little bit of back and forth between the teams. The game is supposed to start now or 4 minutes ago, but I'm unsure how many French players we're going to see on that server. They have been trying to wrangle themselves a little extra break there, even though there was some time left over for a break, and this has really infuriated Ips. So we're just waiting to see when they will show up. I'm going to join the STV now. How many players can you see on the server, CommanderX?
One. It's me and Cadence.
Spoiler.
Well, I am sort of responsible for organising this delightful tournament, and the schedule was clearly laid out, so I've given Mais and Moule an ultimatum that if they don't show up by a quarter to, in the next 10 minutes, that I will give Made in Germany a default win. Let's see if I get tested on that one. Who do you think's crazy enough to give a default win in the final of?
Well, I just think if we bend the rules like this, and if the one that should have had a downgrade of not taking that long of a pause, we should at least be allowed the 2 best of 3s. So it's a benefit for both sides. But now it's actually very one-sided. Because that's our upgrade, that's our thing, that's what we deserved, the long break that we had, because we didn't lose a single of these rounds, and they don't deserve that long of a round, or us just waiting again, because, yeah, they're the runner-ups.
Well, we've got a little bit of a soapbox here. We can't really hear the Mais and Moule side, but I'm going to appeal to your sportsmanship, Ips, and hopefully no default wins will be claimed. But I would encourage Mais and Moule to join the server ASAP. Hopefully I scared them enough.
I'm waiting 2.5 hours now for TF2 to start. I'm not going to wait another hour. Or half an hour, whatever it is.
I'm sure they'll join.
Droso's trying to call my bluff here. Droso's messaging me on Steam saying we won't be ready at 1945 most likely. You can give them a default win, we don't care. Maybe
why don't they care? Why are they even in a competition if they don't care?
Ducky, I'd like a straw poll, please. What happens at 1945? No, a straw poll for should we give a default win to Made in Germany?
Make TF2 look even more like a joke.
It's not looking like a joke right now with you in here bitching and whining. Please leave Mumble. Thank you.
Shut up!
Sling your hook there. Go prepare for your game. I see you jumping around the server. 90 seconds in the future. Oh, I'm 90 seconds
I think
delayed.
we're just going to play. There are people joining the server.
They'll show up, don't worry. I can't see them.
Continues to message me. He says, we're not the ones who will look bad. We've been playing 4 hours straight since 15 CET.
Because they played bad before.
Yeah, let me...
I'm sorry. I'm with you on Team Muscle, yeah?
Thank you. It's an online cup. Why is there even an issue? Well, we already gave you a 15-minute break, Droso. And we're trying to run a fairly tight ship here. Don't test me, Droso!
There's only one Admirable with this ship. See what I did there? See what?
Hopefully we're still front.
Tied it all together.
We're still front paged on Twitch, for all this drama. These esports egos going at it. But if you have just joined us, this is the teamfortress.tv ZOWIE Invitational #2 invite cup for the best 8 teams in Europe. A one-day cup, Droso. We're getting close to midnight here. Don't want it to stretch into another day. At stake in this grand final, which will be a best of 3, are 6 ZOWIE PTF Speed mouse mats for second place, and the winner gets a delicious booty. Their choice of a ZOWIE EC1 Evo CL, a ZOWIE EC2 Evo CL, a ZOWIE EC1 Evo Black, and a ZOWIE EC2 Evo Black, or a ZOWIE FK. They get 6 mice of their choosing, and that is just like every gamer's dream come true. I know you're jealous, CommanderX. We get nothing.
We get nothing. We just get, I don't know, something to do in the afternoon.
Get to talk to our computers for 6 hours. Yeah, that was a was a fun Sunday.
It's a good day off, you know. Giving up a shift at work for this, giving up pay.
Going slightly mad here.
Let's bring it all back to the game itself. It looks like they've chosen Badlands as their first map. Did we watch Moule? We did. We watched them earlier on Badlands against Lego. Am I correct in thinking this, or am I mixing up French?
Yeah, we watched them twice. We watched them against Dota as well. They've had a lot of coverage today. Right at the beginning. And look at the straw poll, man. 97 votes for Made in Germany, 29 for Moule as I see it right now. It looks like Pac-Man, that pie chart. That's Made in Germany are eating Moule in the straw poll that I'm looking at anyway. Hopefully everyone else can see that. I'm not crazy.
Dreaming of Pac-Man eating Moule. Nope, definitely not crazy. Where do you think it's going to go then? It looks like all the players are here. It looks like you've called their bluff, Admirable. They all seem to be...
Drosso's still only online on Steam. He's not in game. It's so weird. Like, I've been communicating with a few members of the Moule team, and like Captain Hack Nox pretty level headed. They're like, okay, we'll try and be there. We don't want to be defaulted. Drosso's just like completely defiant. Like, I'm seeing two people talking to me at exactly the same time, telling me opposite things. But hopefully, it's just a bit of bull and bluster here. Bomb and bluster from Drosso, the Belgian. Are they notoriously hard to work with? I don't know. What is the national stereotype of Belgians?
I don't want to comment on that in case of...
Offend everybody.
You've really pushed me in a hole there and asked me for some opinions on a nation. But I know Badlands is going to be an interesting map. The most practiced map in TF2 competitive worldwide. Everyone loves Badlands. Everyone wants to play Badlands. All the players are going to have way too much experience on this map. Even though they're both pretty new teams, I think everyone's played Badlands enough to have their own things they like to do, things they're known at work, etc, etc. I think it might really just come down to the head-to-heads. You know, class against class. Obviously, Cadus, well known for being the fastest demo man in Europe. Probably, definitely the world, really. Nadir's speed. He's quick, but I don't think he's as quick as Cadus. And we've seen before Nadir can quite often get a lot of early pressure on middle. He's quite vulnerable on middle
early on. He's not
early
as experienced either, you know, like the story of Nadir is that like at the start of last season he was a Div 2 demo man. Halfway through the season he came in to play roamer for TLR just on his deathmatch ability alone, and maybe taking a chance on a new player, but that didn't work out for him. He ended up leaving or getting dropped, whatever you want to believe, from Heist at the end of the season, and then he was in this new French roster as a roamer. Then whenever Nox realised he wasn't the best choice for Demoman and decided to play Pocket, now back on Demoman, but it's like his experience in Demoman is only at Div 2 level, like largely. He's had a few weeks of bootcamp, I'm sure, and intense training, but Cadus has to be like your favourite there.
Yeah, I mean, Nadir did play on my LAN team when we went to I-49.
Oh, yeah.
I think we finished top 8 or just maybe 10th or something, just outside the top 8. You know, we got to play against, the TCM that finished second in that I-49 grand final. We also got to play against Saints, other teams, other high-level teams we played against. I think we might have even played against, Infused as they were then, the teams with Ips, Cadus, Samzy, T-Mac. A lot of the same players we're seeing here today in the final. He did alright, like his DM's definitely good enough. It's just like you said, the experience for positioning might not be as wise as Cadus. Cadus is quite known for being slippery, staying alive, exploitive jumps, really making the team look the other way, opening up for his team.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the clock ticking down here, it's just on my phone clock, at least it's just about to go 2 minutes before the default deadline. Drosso has joined the red team. That is encouraging, but there's still a couple of French players missing there. Made in Germany have all 6, so will I have to whip out the ban hammer here, CommanderX, or do you think that Made in Germany have sort of calmed Ips down and reminded him about what sportsmanship is?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll get to see it. Maybe it's just going to heat it up. Obviously, Ips and Nox, quite a rivalry there. Ips is quite openly critical about things Nox does, So it'll be interesting to see them go head-to-head on Pocket, those big Uber exchanges, big bombs in, bombing for each other's medics. It's going to be really heated. They're obviously both going to want to come out, get one over on the other, as well as winning all the prizes and the glory. You know, I think we've got a whole pile of viewers on stream, all watching this, all wanting to see who will come out on top.
Yeah, and interesting as well. Like, there's a whole bunch of chat going on the server here between the players. I'm not sure if that's being broadcast. Usually it isn't. But there's talk as well that the French might be using some mercs. Some players might be unavailable. So whenever that gets finally confirmed, we'll give you more details. But Me and Germany seem happy to let them use whoever they want. They are fully confident that they are the superior team.
No fear. The talk was I think, who's currently missing? Flip and the Demo Man. And they were talking about getting in Tech and Flippy. So obviously Flippy would be a direct replacement for Flip. Only a few letters different, both on Scout. And then I imagine Nox would go to Demo Man and Tech would go to Pocket, or maybe Tech would go on Demo Man. Tech's more than capable on any class at a high level. But that's potentially what we're looking at for the first map, at least.
Check out the latest straw poll there on this team chat. I'm not saying this is what I'm going to use to make my decision, although I am that flaky. But there is a straw poll there as to whether or not I should give Made in Germany a default win and end this tournament right here, right now, due to the sort of flagrant abuse of the rules by Mais and Moule, who have ignored our schedule and ignored the 15-minute window they have before I grant a default win. I'm interested to see what people think, but
it's currently 53% to no, so the crowd want a game.
I'm surprised it's so close. A lot of people don't want to take this French bullshit.
I don't know, like,
if Made in Germany come to me and demand a default, I feel like
your hands are tied somewhat.
Yeah,
really.
I feel like I have to do it. Joseph thinks I'm joking,
rules.
but like, I can't just change the rules of the tournament without agreement. The schedule's been known like for days and days in advance. There's even a little window of extra break there between the last rounds and
for this exact situation,
the grand final. They had a full 15 minutes. I'm not saying that's a super relaxing break, but we tried to accommodate you as best we could. And frustrating CommanderX, you know.
Mike has just joined the server. Made in Germany, none of the MIPs typing, but Cadis and Sam are saying, wait until your real players are here, wait until you have your full lineup, and we will have a proper showcase of the two best teams in Europe currently. This was all the best teams in Europe competing. These are the two who made the final. And they want a proper showcase of all the best players going head-to-head, and an early window into what's going to be coming up in the ETF12 Season 17 for this season that kicks off this week, actually. I believe the first week's matches are being scheduled, arranged, and we'll be going ahead from this day onwards, really.
Okay, it looks, just going by the server chat here, guys, it looks like the teams have agreed, and you know, that's where I can say, okay, you guys can do whatever you want. Like, I don't feel responsible for enforcing the rules. If Made in Germany agree to show some leniency here, so it looks like there could be a little bit more of a delay, but bear with us. We will keep you entertained as this drama unfolds. Was I ever going to give them a default win? Come on, no, I wouldn't do that to our great sponsors, ZOWIE Gear. Thanks, guys, for stepping up for TF2 yet again after the amazing North American invite tournament. It's Europe's turn now, and you're witnessing the final stages of that. It isn't just drama in game with all these medic drops, kills, and pops. It's just drama everywhere. Drama in IRC, drama on the chat. We're trying to do our best here, and I think we've finally come to a resolution. I'm not even sure what sort of team Mais and Moule are going to field. Is Mike playing? What is the deal?
From what I can see, everyone's to wait. I think Mike was just here as a precaution in case you were to bring down the iron fist of scheduling.
I'm a big teddy bear, mate. I'm a big teddy bear. But yeah, guys, that gives us some time to promote this. So if you're a fan of Twitter, something I've adopted in the last year, thanks to Pledge getting me on into that, feel free to tweet, let people know that the grand final will be starting shortly, we hope, within the next few minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Touch wood.
Let everybody know. You can of course add me or follow me at Admirable Player Then there is at Team Fortress TV, and I think at ZOWIE Gear probably befuddled that one. But feel free to follow us, keep abreast of all the Team Fortress TV events. We'll be covering the upcoming ETF2L Season 17. These teams all that featured today will all be represented in the Premiership there. So this is like the ultimate preview. This is like Season 17 on crack, I think I wrote on Vanilla TF2. So yeah, this is it, man. This is your season condensed. Is this, we're going to see Moule versus Made in Germany in the grand final in 2 months' time?
Possibly. All the teams were entered into this. Obviously, there's going to be a lot to happen in 7 weeks. 7 weeks of action, yeah, before we get to the grand final playoffs. So lots of teams have a chance to develop. Like, if we look back over the tournament, a lot of teams that people thought would be favourites going into the season. We look at Dota, we look at the Last Resort. Both teams fell off really early. Dota didn't win a single game. TLR won a sole match before being eliminated. Teams that everyone talks about going into this tournament as, you know, potential winners to be in this final, getting knocked out really early on. And we saw great showings from more up-and-coming teams, less well-known players, less well-known teams like Lego, really making a name for themselves here.
Yeah, I think the story of the tournament has been great. So surprised to see the Last Resort knocked down there. They were the team that had been nominated or voted by their Premiership peers as the second seed. They had a Merc, of course. They had Zoob
on right, man.
And they were missing Maryland at the start, but still, I was expecting big things. I played a pickup with Heist last night, and he was on fire, and I was like, wow, these guys are really going to go all the way. But no, missed it. Lego, another great surprise. I think everybody, even Phoenix, made it past into the third round, so salute to them.
Yeah, they knocked out Dota, you know. The Swedes were recognised by everyone as a top team. We watched them in the first match, saw them get dominated, really, by Mais and Moule. I've just got a little bit of a change. It's not actually Badlands. Badlands was just the default map that the server starts on. The first pick by Made in Germany is going to be Gullywash. So that is where our action will start tonight.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it goes, yeah.
And during the break there, guys, there was Kadis was sort of pointing out my foolishness. Like, I'm not sure what we're going to do about this. I'm just going to mention it anyway to, you know, have a clean conscience here, CommanderX. But the structure for the tournament was sort of copied from the North American version, and as I understood it, there isn't 2 best of 3s for the grand final. You know, it's not technically a true double elimination in that sense, but the reward for winning the upper bracket was that you got a break, I guess, and more importantly that you were to get 2 picks. You get the map pick advantage, but the way we wrote it out was that it would be first and third. But then Kira said, well, what happens if Made in Germany lose the first map and lose the second map? They never get to play that third map, so
they only get 1 pick. Yeah, they
would only get 1 pick. What was the point in that? And sort of see his logic there, CommanderX. I'm remiss to change the rules, but
winners, yeah, you can't argue with logic.
Maybe losers pick would be the smart thing. But this is what happens whenever you get an Irish idiot to organise the tournament.
Alright, Nadir has joined the game, which makes me think we're going to be going live really soon. I am somewhat desperate for the toilet, so I think I'm going to have to leave you with the crowd momentarily, Admirable. I will be back as quickly as I can.
I feel a sea of hands touching me right now. This is a beautiful moment. I'm watching the Twitch chat being spammed with doggies. But the server is slowly but surely filling up, and I'm still not completely sure who will be playing. I'm going to go and assume that Mike will not play here. Nadir is on the server. Mike is just like a mascot right now for Mais. He doesn't even speak French, as best to my knowledge. I don't even know what speaking French with a Welsh accent sounds like, but he has just departed the server. He's going spec, but Made in Germany now find themselves shorthanded. Ips joins the blue team gear, last man in spec. We will be getting this game underway soon. If you have just joined us, I understand we might still be front paged on Twitch, so welcome. This is competitive Team Fortress 2. You didn't know they played competitive Team Fortress 2? Yeah, we've been going on strong for 5 or 6 years now, but you know, Valve just don't want to show us any love. Shaking my fist at you, Valve Software. But we play the sickest game. It's got everything you want from deathmatch, positioning, strategy, air shots. You like it whenever people get hit by projectiles in the air. And there's a lot of strategy, a lot of depth to the game that is, you know, seen as many as a cartoon shooter. But don't let me just tell you. Watch the game, listen to the cast, and stay with us here for this best of 3, potentially 2 best of 3s. There's some sort of debate going on there. Whatever the teams agree, I am happy to play, but the first map will be Gully Wash, and this is the pick of Made in Germany, your #1 seed and upper bracket winners. CommanderX will be rejoining us now. We're almost in the position of having a game on our hands.
Yeah, just waiting on gear now, how the tables have turned. So Admirable, let's talk predictions. We haven't really done many predictions today. It's a little bit non-stop, a little bit hectic, game after game after game. So let's go map predictions. What shall the score be? And to whom?
Me and Germany look very confident playing against Evocate, who were sort of trying to max them in styling aggressively. So I think I would have to fancy Made in Germany here. And if they do play aggressive, and as Ips called out Nox in the pre-game, you know, Moule play a sort of passive style or whatever, it could be a roll, man. It could be 5-0, but these teams are very experienced, a lot of smart players here. I think we're going to see some back and forth, you know. One team getting a few rounds before the other adapts. So the final score I'm going to go with, before I read out every score possible, will be 4-2 Made in Germany.
Oh, wow. I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Maybe a 4-2 Made in Germany, maybe a 5-2 with a bit of like a, you know, dead time round. You know, Milan will run out of time, have to try something a bit risky, get crushed. So yeah, I think we're on the same side here. If anyone in stream has any opinions, feel free to spam your predictions right now. There will be no physical prize other than, you know, that overwhelming feeling that you're slightly smarter than everyone else in the chat.
Yeah, you know, just that self-satisfaction of saying, I can read the future. Then you test out your powers in real life, and maybe with limited success, but let us know how you get on with that. There's a few AFK players in Spawn and Deer, and Flip, who is just bleeding to death here. Avoiding making a controversial joke about menstruation, let's move on here, CommanderX, before I lower the tone anymore.
I feel like we're walking a tightrope here with you, Admirable, just
almost falling over.
So yeah, let's see what chat are saying. I'm seeing a couple of 5-0s. I presume that's Made in Germany's way. It's a 5-1. 3-2, 6-5. Zerator with a really optimistic 6-5 Mail and Moule as well. That would be a game and a half. A few more 5-4s.
A straw poll on the go not so long ago, and that was the Pac-Man I was talking about. Made in Germany, strong favourites here, but Captain Hacks has been fairly prolific on Roamer and CommanderX. Would you have seen that coming?
It's not something I would have called at the beginning of the season, Admirable.
But depending on how well Thun positions himself or is protected by Sam or whoever's taking that responsibility, like Ips has been saying, he's running gunboats, he's doing like a double Roamer thing on mids. Captain Hacks can see that opening, like he's a great reader of the game. Made in Germany might find themselves without a medic in a lot of situations. Could be a big old medic trade, but still.
I think we've seen a bit of a matching of styles, you know, like the maps we've seen. Obviously, Viaduct's slightly different, but we've seen them as well on, like, was it Granary we watched them on? Maybe not, but we certainly watched them on a map. We saw Nox more than happy to bomb in, leave the protection of his medic up to his scouts and demo man, leave the heals with them, and just, you know, do his own thing to try and open the door and dish out that burst damage.
Yeah,
soldiers are good at. As I think we are going live, Admirable.
Woo! That never sounds good on them. But we are here for the teamfortress.tv ZOWIE Invitational number 2 Grand Finals. It's Made in Germany against May La Moule. I'm watching the Nadir rollout. Yeah, not Kadis. He is rolling out fast from Choke, spamming towards Big Door, but there's nobody really there. His first stickies haven't done much damage as the battle begins. Flip goes straight up the right hand side and gets crushed by Bash Gear, then on to Captain Hacks, the man I was hoping would kick the door open here. Made in Germany seemed to be in control, but Curse of the Caster, it comes into a 3-on-3 CommanderX. And
yeah, Nadir's trapped out on the floor. He will go down. Cadus and his medic Fun have all the point presence, and Droso and Mitzi just going to back out when there is a scout behind. Cadus is coming through now, adding the spam. Droso can't find a scout frag. Now Mitzi's trapped behind the point. 29 HP, and there's no way he can get out of here, surely. He's got spawning scouts. Oh my god, he's on 11 HP. Flip and Droso come in to save him, despite against all odds. Mitzi survives for first middle. We'll get inside, get the health pack, and we'll regain Uber for this CP2 defense. I didn't see that happening.
Yeah, they have held on for dear life. It's going to be Uber versus Uber. Both medics can turn their team invulnerable for a maximum of 8 seconds, but how will he choose to deploy this? That is the question. Right now, the medic combo, 2 soldiers trying to find frags at big door here for Made in Germany, and if they come up against the players who are not near their medic, you know, that's where the frags can be found. The man advantage slips out your favour. I'm trying to break it down to the basic building blocks of TF2 here for all our new viewers, CommanderX, but I'm probably making a meal of it.
The Uber's popped by Nox. Nox taking it in, going to force a bit of a multi. Soldier's trapped out here, but a good flash by Fun to get him out. Nox is quite deep right here, still doing damage on big door. Nadir's trying to help him do damage. The soldier in bottom lobby does go down. That's Ips going to die to Droso. Meanwhile, Samsy rushes in to take Nadir. Frags are being traded on either side. Fighting on both sides of a point. Scout comes in on Mitzi. Bash makes nap play. There's now a scout fight in lobby. Droso will win that one-on-one against Sam. Fun will stay alive, given the Uber advantage. That is also crucial in TF2. But they are outnumbered and they have a hard job. Flip dies running into choke. Ip's going to take that frag for pretty much nothing. And that should see, yeah, Moule just going to back off. Actually, there's a soldier bomb. Captain Hack's coming in. 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Fun will go down. And the Uber advantage swings back in favour of Moule. Just 6% right now. But they've got the heals, and the heals allowed you to get buffed, give you more HP to work with. And it's going to give them better fighting power.
This is a TF2 paint by numbers cast. Or just back to that bomb from Captain Hacks, like, they knew he was there, he was on the point, even though they couldn't see him. Like, he was clearly visible on the HUD as Cap on the point, and perhaps Thun shouldn't have backed himself into a corner, or Gear and Ips should have reacted a little bit better, but that medic pick has just changed the dynamic here. Now it's Mitzi with the Uber advantage. They're on 80% right now. In another 8 seconds they will have charge and they will be ready to crush faces. Made in Germany holding very close. Could die if a push from the lower lobby was the choice of play, but they've come to the balcony, drop down, and now, but they're only going to get 1 frag for their troubles. Oh, Gear goes down elsewhere on the flank.
Nox is jumping behind on the medic. Nox lands 1 rocket, lands 2 splash rockets. Nox will take down Fun. Fun can't surf anything away. And Uber advantage again, where Bash is making plays at choke. He will go down, but that trade on the demo man will slow him down. Just Cadus alive now. Might get caught out of big door, and that scout's going aggressive on him. Both scouts, and they're just going to pepper him down there. Cadus maybe could have got out a little bit quicker there, didn't need to die. And without Demo Man, this is going to be a pretty easy push through to CP2 without all dangerous stickies and pipes and spam to watch out for.
Yeah, both Demo Men about to get back on the field, but Nadir spawns a little faster, and Cadus isn't in position yet. He's just spawned, he's going to be joining his team very shortly, and Germany aren't in the slightest bit intimidated. They've been playing against the Uber advantage all day. Holding aggressive, putting out lots of spam damage, buying time, so even though they're behind right now, 40%, they don't seem to be too concerned. Look at Ips just taking damage here, building the Uber for his medic. Of course, if you are under the full buff, you take it, or you build Uber at a faster rate, and oh, they're going to get punished here. They're bringing in the double scout Uber, and they get the medic. Flip and Droso go ham, chasing down Samsy, Thun, and Ips, and that's a little bit of bravado there from Ips. I've seen him being punished.
Mitzi with the arrow frag net. Mitzi went really deep with his scouts now, far behind enemy territory, but lands an arrow to help get himself out of trouble. And all the frags go for the scouts and medic of Moule. And that's going to maintain him a 25% advantage from this last push. Moule don't like to rush things, they like to take their time, get their Uber up and go with the Uber advantage, and that's exactly what they're doing here, building Uber outside, waiting for the respawns.
It's like a little bit of arrogance almost from Made in Germany, like the positions they were holding, considering the advantages, and they know the advantages, like they can count these times out fairly accurately. Like, they just didn't show their opponents any respect. It was a bad position by the textbook, and they deserve to get punished there, and I'm so glad that Nox or Droso whoever made that call, and hopefully Made in Germany can start showing their opponents a little bit of respect. Right now though, they're going to trickle up because they are at an uber disadvantage. Their opponent will have invulnerability before them. They've got a heavy weapons guy here though. He's slow, but he does a lot of damage, and they're trying to put all their heals onto him. He needs to be the target focused by the pushing Moule players. They've got time on the point as well. They're going to get it! Moule take an early lead here, 1-0 against the run of the seeding, and against my expectations at least, CommanderX.
Same right here. I think we predicted the same scoreline, 4-2. And we're going to go to another middle there. Maybe made in Germany's confidence, arrogance, whatever you want to call it, being called out there by Moule. And they got punished. Early sticky from Cadis onto the scouts on this next middle. Here come the teams, both coming from that big door side. Nox is going to jump aggressive onto that scout, try and catch the players coming up. Nadirs walks up the near side as well, but they're getting absolutely crushed as they walk up. Mitzi will go down. Fun is still alive, but a scout's going to find him. Flip takes 2. Demo and Medic goes for 2 most important picks. And he's still fighting Ips right now. Ips and Gear just trying to fight him. Flip will get 1 more before he goes. 3-man from Flip right there. Big plays. Going to be equal Ubers once the respawn wave comes in. And Ips is already walking to CP2. He wants to start that cap off. No, he doesn't. He wants to hide behind the point.
Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, he is hidden on the tank.
Oh,
it out! Unbelievable! Captain Hacks must have heard it. He must have heard the jump, or he must have sensed it. His spare sense was tingling. Wall hacking for sure. These French guys always hacking. It's the TFTV ban post coming. I'm calling it, CommanderX. What was that?
Meanwhile, Nox actually goes in quite early. Captain Hacks jumps in as well. They're trying to get Fun, but Fun's not taking a lot of damage, and they're overextending quite a lot here. But Nadir and Flip can find a frag. Cadis is coming in. Flip's on him, though. Flip needs to finish this kill. Nadir's actually flanked him, trapped both of them. Droso will finish off Cadis. Droso will finish off Fun. There's a soldier on point right now, and that's Ips. Ips needs to make a play here to try and save the point. He's trying to spam the scout down, but he's going to get spammed down by Nadir. Ips down to half hit
on as
point.
well. This is just trying to buy time here for Bash, but Bash is actually taking out Mitzi on the back cap, gets the medic pick. They will give up middle, but they will swing ahead.
Gear is in.
Advantage.
Odd pick by Gear now. I think Nadir was low. Nadir's 110 HP. He thought he could catch Nadir out. He was a little bit unlucky there. Meanwhile, Captain Hacks gets caught out to a sticky trap on the big door side. And Fun will have about a 50% advantage. Wait,
Fun's running crits!
20%.
Fun's running crits!
Uh-oh.
He hasn't been building, that's why he hasn't been going up so fast, but now he has a scout here to build. Both his soldiers are running gunboats, I believe, so it's tough to build at the max rate, but now you see the scout self-damaging himself, keeping himself at the maximum build rate. This Kritzkrieg is going to be a damage multiplier of 3 on all shots and no damage fall off. So this is like quad damage effectively. Whenever they push, expect to see Gibbs everywhere, guys. This is going to be pretty sick, and they do have to take the initiative here, because if they wait, then Mitzi will get invulnerability.
Here comes Cadis, he's going big door, the crits has popped, he fires 1, doesn't hit anything when the first one fires again, can't find anything as of yet. No, just a few crit rockets, no real kills with the crits. They got Captain Hacks on a fight somewhere else. But now Mitzi nearly has Viewer, and they're surely going to want to block this. Looks like Nox is making his way around to choke with his medic, he's going to want to block from that side. They're going to be ready for this though. Here comes Viewer, the midpoint is capped, but Nox is going to Uber in. Going to try and find 1 frag, getting onto Gear. Gear will fall down, they lose Ips as well. But that's not a whole lot of frags, and the crits is already at 60% for Fun and Made in Germany.
Yeah, a little bit of a leapfrog here in terms of the Uber advantages is potentially going to pay dividends for Made in Germany. They need to find...
Bash is behind again.
Oh, Cadis and Thun are sort of alone here. They're going to try to take up a smart position up top, but they need to be moving forward now if they want to take advantage of this crits. Mitzi has spawned and is building again. He's decided to stick with the normal minigun, that's the invulnerability. But the fact that Thun hasn't died means that Moule know that crits is still on the agenda here. They're going to have to try and bait out the crits pop here. Cadis is dropping down, he sees his target. He's
swapping
going
to
to switch
choke.
up the choke.
Yeah, he's walking through the choke right now. He sees the medic. He's going to be calling for it. The crits gets popped. He fires 1. He can't find the connection. Soldier's going to bomb him. No kills again with the crit. There's a soldier actually gets in and kills Fun. Large plays from Nox right there. And Moule are going to want to fight this. They have the heal advantage. Droso is forcing them out at choke. A scout is still in, but Droso will clean that one up as well. Double domination by Droso and Flip onto Samzy right there. And middle point is held. And they have a full Uber charge to go forward. And they're pushing forward already. They're not waiting for their spawns. Only 3 of them alive, and they're going forward. They're going to walk up top with this. And I'm not sure if... No, Made in Germany just setting up on last. Don't want to risk it.
We've played 10 minutes so far here on the first map. Gully was 20 minutes to go. In Europe, we play to a time limit of 30 or a win difference of 5 to just a mercy rule there for any games that are getting out of control. But this one is super close. Moule currently 1-0 ahead here on Gully Wash. Your first map, a little bomb there from Gear finds the Deer, the demo man. That will buy time for Made in Germany to build their charge up, but it looks like Moule don't want to wait for that. They're trying to push from the riverside here. They find a Pyro who is very adept at reflecting projectiles. and denying Soldier Bomb. So if they choose to go in here, it could be a fail. Uber only 15% until Thune has his charge. They isolate the Pyro there with a lot of spam.
They took so much damage, though. They took so much damage, but Nox wants to go anyway. Nox is trying to focus for Soldier on the floor. They've only just spotted that level 2 sentry now. It goes down straight away. There are stickies on point, though. Nox is fighting on point. They pop out of spawn. Thune has the Uber. They could kill a lot of the Melee Moule players here. Nadir's still on point. Cadus will pipe him down. Just Droso and Mitzi left alive. Droso's actually hiding in water. The Soldier's going to check. Ips hears a splash. He knows Droso's down there. Droso's going to try and DM his way out. Sam will shut him down on Riverside. And here comes the push. Only Mitzi remaining alive. Has already stickies on Big Door. And CP2 should be made in Germany's.
Yeah, water, one of those confusing names in TF2 nomenclature. There used to be water underneath the point in Galiosh, but these days no more. It's sort of like the sewer in Process isn't a sewer anymore, but that's what we call it, guys. Deal with it. There's a soldier waiting on drop down here, though. About to jump up, but he's a little bit too early. He's showing his hand there. That is Pierre L'Aggressif, aka Captain Hacks. The prolific roamer, one of the best roamers I've ever seen, CommanderX.
Yeah, he's alright. He's not bad.
But right now, Melee Moule is playing very defensive. They know they're at an Uber disadvantage, and they're just happy to use the positional advantage, the defender's advantage here on middle to allow their opponents to come forward and use their Uber first and then counter with their own Uber charge. They baited it out, and Made in Germany are looking for frags from this. Gear goes in, finds Pierre, gets a Ips, falls up with a second on the flip, but it's 5-on-4 in favour of Made in Germany, but Mitzi still has his Uber charge. He can make his players invulnerable, but Nadir gets dropped, cratered after taking damage from Cadus there, and if they Uber now, all Made in Germany need to do is just kite them back off.
Oh, Thune's way too close. He's way too close. Nox is going to get that one. Cadus is juking him all over the place with sticky traps. Nox pulls out his melee. Nox has had enough of these games chasing Cadus down, and Cadus will survive. Mitzi's trying to DM Cadus. What is happening? Cadus is going to eventually go down. Nox not having any of those games. And they will eventually, as all the chaos settles down, they secure CP2. 3 players down, no demo man. I can imagine Melee Moule maybe trying a bit of a point stack here. But no, again, it looks like they want to wait for the Uber advantage, not risking anything. This is what Ips has criticised before in the past, in his slow approach. Not exploiting these smaller advantages, waiting for the bigger, more clear opportunities.
Yeah, they didn't even peek there. They didn't even try and see what the setup was. If they did, they would see that Bash has switched from Scout to Pyro. He's going to off-class there. Pyro very effective in these defensive situations, as is the heavy weapons guy. You see Samsy, the other Scout, now playing heavy, just temporarily to sort of weather the storm of this big Uber advantage. All these invulnerable red players about to pour in from the riverside. Here comes Mitzi, and they've already lost flip on entry. Samsy's minigun stays true, gets those frags, but Nadir picks up Bash and Ips with the stickies. It's a 4-on-4 situation here, as Melee Moule tried to continue, but they've yet to kill the heavy, and that is just the timer on this push. If you haven't got that heavy down, you need to get out there when the Uber fades.
Yeah, Droso got dropped there. He manages to Uber flip him, but not Droso. Droso goes down, and they just lose half their damage output right there. Looks like they're putting a little bit of resistance here, just throwing some spam at their Made in Germany team as they try and cap the point. But Gear and Thune are already at choke. They have no Uber charge. Cadus is joining them now. They want to push this. They have a small advantage to work with. We're going to take it straight through choke. They've got to go through no stickies. They're going to Uber through. Cadus is going to try and jump. No, he's not going to try and jump. They're going back. Something's behind them. I think it must be coming from the other side. Yeah, just a threat. Even the threat of a back cap now enough to make Made in Germany stop and go backward. They wasted that Uber. And now it's Mitzi and Co.'s turn to push. They want to go big door. And they found a lot of players. Nox is going to get one. Nadir's going to get the second. Nox is going to chase into lobby right now. Nox wants to try and chase the medic, but Cadus is doing such a good job of juggling them. Nox can get gear as well. Nox is going to keep going straight into Cadus's pipe, and that will stop him. But Nox got 3 frags there, or 2 frags and an assist, set up the third one. Now Nadir's in doing a lot of damage. The heavy's going to spawn. The heavy might save this push. There's not. The heavy's down to 100 hit points, but they've got more spawns coming in. Nadir's still got health. I don't know where Droso is. Droso's in main. They've not got enough health. And they're even going to be chased out here. Ips trying to get aggressive on the riverside. Again, another one of those names that makes no sense. It's basically this long sloping corridor on the far side.
That's a team infused. Greg, I guess, coined that one. But interesting to see Melee Moule have a chance to convert a round into a cap there, a cap into a round, but failing yet again to push last. Gully Wash is one of these sort of notoriously difficult maps to push. The last point on Uber has come out here from Made in Germany, but as the Uber fades, they've already found themselves 3 players down. They're in no man's land right now as the red storm pushes forward there. There's so much damage about to come crashing down here on Thun and Cadis on last. The spawn comes in for Ips, but they're severely outnumbered, and again, there's a little bit of a delay.
Ips with the air shot!
Huge air shot! Gonna get Nadir as well with a little help from Cadis. Clutch hold here.
Ips doing some serious damage. Ips and Cadis cleaning up everything. Ips with the air shot, then a direct rocket as well, and Cadis is hitting all the same things with the stickies as well to clean all the frags. It looked like a certain cap for Moule and Moule there, but the defense too strong for Made in Germany.
Yeah, they've managed to push out from their last point onto CP2 there. They've taken control of it now. They continue towards middle. The scouts are straight in here leading the charge and focusing down the demo man Nadir. Now there's no sticky threat here on middle. Like, sticky bombs are one of the most powerful weapons in TF2, and if you can kill that demo man, that gives your team so much freedom to push. It's one of the classes that really counters the invulnerability of the Uber. It makes you very scared. And now, with no demo man on the field, or only having just spawned, a big potential here for MIG to get a lot of frags. Uber coming in from both sides, and Cadis with the air sticky onto Nox, just out of range of his medic's Uber charge. That life-saving and vulnerability. And the Made in Germany have just kicked it up a gear here, man. Oh yes, pun intended.
Captain Hack's fighting in lobby will pick off gear, but I think there's already a soldier on last. Or at least, no, he's jumped around Riverside to clean up Nadir. Good play from Ips there, cleaning the demo man. Again, no sticky bombs on point. Ips wants to go for point right now. Going to take the one-on-one. Going to win his one-on-one against Nox. Drosa will clean that up. Drosa wins his second one-on-one against Sam. Now Cadis is coming in. Cadis is trying to hit pipes, but he's got respawns. In comes Bash. They're just suiciding at the point. Drosa goes for the melee. No such luck there, but Flip will get the frag. And over-eagerness, I think, there by Made in Germany. Just saw that small exploit, went for it. Meanwhile, Gear's trying to block this point. Sounds really weak. Gear on the medic as well. Shoots him straight into his teammate Ips' path to finish him off. And now they can't cap this, and they've lost their medic. Great play from the soldiers of Made in Germany
Ips
there.
shuts down Nox as well. Nox went in for the trade there, realising his medic had just died. Tried to roll out from that lower door, but Ips denies him. And I think there's a lot of adrenaline in the blood right now, a lot of testosterone. These Made in Germany guys are just going for it. They are not taking any respite whatsoever. They're going to rotate up to the top right hand side and then continue the push. But oh, these sticky bombs I was talking about, Nadir has them penned out there, and things will take a little breather here, CommanderX.
Yeah, there's currently a 55% advantage right now for Thun and Made in Germany. So they're going to try and exploit this. Actually, Captain Hacks goes down as well, and that's just going to open the door for this push. Looks like they're going top right with both scouts. There's a pyro in there trying to reflect him through the shutter door, exploiting how the door shuts on itself. They can't kill the pyro. They use the entire Uber to kill the pyro. Now they come in. Now it's just going to be a DM fight. Scout going on Nadir right now. All players, 2 soldiers coming through water for the point. They've got all the frags, not losing a single player. Perfect push from Made in Germany, despite taking the entirety of the Uber to kill the pyro.
Yeah, their next target was the demo man, and as soon as he was down, there was no sticky bombs to protect that control point, so they just stacked the point and drew all those remaining Moule and Moule players on there, where it was a meat grinder. Now onto another middle Nadir rolling out from Big Door. He's going to go toe-to-toe with Cadis, tries to tag him with a sticky bomb, but Cadis jukes it, drops down low, and he's called out the fact that Moule and Moule are going to roll out from that right-hand side, pushing up through the narrowest entrance. Big bomb comes in! Ips is straight in, 2K gets knocked in mitts, he crushes the Moule and Moule combo, and only Nadir remains alive here. Masterclass in timing there from Ips, pocket soldier of Made in Germany.
Bash is just going to finish off a retreat in Nadir. Not a lot of ammo, not a lot of health. Easy pick for Bash. And yeah, that soldier aggression really just wiping the Moule and Moule team. And now they're all going to get, Made in Germany, going to get the forward spawns. Already have 4 times on that cap. There's going to be no resistance here, and it will be equal Ubers for last. Actually, I say that, Moule will burst out of the gates at the front and are going to force them away from the point. Made in Germany, wise, good positioning, good awareness, not going to be caught out, not going to lose any players. And now we're at this kind of stalemate situation where both teams have equal Uber and both teams are holding the small choke point.
Yeah, the combo of Moule and Moule positioned at the choke point there in the med pack, but the combo of Epsilon, or sorry, Made in Germany, Slip there is holding around Big Door, so they could potentially try and get frags in the flank, but there's a sticky trap there from Nadir. He's dead actually. He's now walking forward trying to put out that continuous damage that the sticky launcher allows, but then just drops back for a little second. Both teams really respecting the Uber charge situation right now. They don't want to commit in here and be the first to pop their charge, because when the Ubers fade and you're no longer invulnerable, you have often sacrificed position, and that's like a very important dynamic in TF2, especially at this highest level.
Yeah, it's currently 1-1 in the first map of this best of 3 grand final. There's just over 9 minutes left, so it's a really tense situation right now. Neither team wants to make a mistake and lose that crucial round. We've seen how both teams can hold last really well, so it can be really difficult to come back if you go in that round down. It looks like Mais wants to get aggressive here. Nadir putting a lot of spam out on the big door area, just trading spam, looking for an opening, looking for someone to make that misstep, and Gears for one to make that misstep. Bash as well. Captain Hacks with the Roma plays at the choke point, takes down 2, and this is going to cue the push right now. No sticky bombs or sticky traps for Nox to worry about. Nox is going to jump in, going to be met by Ips. Nox Ips off the point. Meanwhile, Nadir's flanking in from big door. Uber's going to be popped. Ips is jumping towards that big door, but he gets juggled away. Now he's going to meet back up with his medic as the respawning Made in Germany players come in. Here comes the bomb from Captain Hacks. They're going to chase down the medic, but they've extended quite far for that. Fun trades with Nox. Big arrow play there. Gear's going to clean up on middle. And I just feel like they went too far for that. Nadir now in a lot of trouble on big door. Oh, the exit for the fadeaway pipe onto Bash is going to allow him to come back in. There's a scout behind though. Scout behind going for Mitzi. Mitzi's so low. He takes him with the last shot. Huge plays from Sam. Gear's now arriving. Gear takes flip. Gear's going to jump away. He doesn't need to fight Nadir. He's done his job. They got the medic. That's all they needed. It's just going to leave Nadir to do what he wants. Massive. Game changing.
The whole time this has been going on now, Made in Germany have been in control of the middle point CP3, and that grants you a closer spawn and a slightly faster spawn time. So even though they're taking these trades, they're spawning faster, and they're able to just keep throwing bodies in here and trade and trade and trade with Moule. There's Captain Hacks, Pierre L'Aggressive going down. Nox as well will follow him. Both soldiers down right
Nadir's
now for
unseen. Nadir was unseen behind the big rock and cleans up 2 players at choke. Now a soldier's going to come onto him, goes for a huge air shot. Ips can't land it though, and now he's going to be pressured out of choke. He's doing all the fighting by himself now to keep his medic alive. He's not got a lot of health. Ips is surely going to go down. Ips takes flip with him. Fun kills Droso, who's standing on the fence. Droso was standing still waiting for Ips to walk out, and Fun just takes him takes the free shot and kills him. Fun starting to rack up the kills now as Captain Hacks forces the Uber on big door. Another conservative pop from Fun, maybe hindering Made in Germany's aggressive play style here. And Mais are just going to back off out of it. They're on 95%. I imagine they're going to want to block with this Uber charge. There's not a lot of cap time. I imagine they're going to want to come straight out this front door, Uber straight onto the point and block it.
They've waited, they've may be able to get the block. Oh, a few other players are there. And Meg finds themselves 2 down. Samsy and Gear in that spawn queue, 10 seconds at least before they're back on the field. It's going to be a drop down play.
It's a wraparound. It's a wraparound from Ips. They're all going back. The drop down play is completely called out as they all go back, but Nadir's sticking them up. And Made in Germany might be absolutely pincered here. The Uber comes into lobby. It was a risky play. 2 go down. Cadus manages to get Droso, but he's just going to walk into Nox, and down goes Cadus. Risky play there from Made in Germany. It didn't pay off whatsoever.
Yeah, there was just so many players on the flank there. It seems a little bit like Moule are happy to keep 3 or 4 on the flank. Sometimes you just see Nox and Mitzi pushing on their own in those pushes, but there was 3 guys there able to just keep them in position at that big door. Then the combo wrapped around Nox and that Uber charge, just doing work, cleaning up all those Made in Germany players, and the clock continues to tick down into the last 6 minutes here of Gullywash. It is 1-1 right now. If it does stay as a draw, we'll go to a golden tap. A situation where the first team that caps will win, or after 10 minutes it will be decided by who controls the middle point, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. There's still lots of action going on here right now in this TFTV ZOWIE Invitational Grand Final. That's the Invitational number 2.
Just about getting all your words out there, Admirable. Yeah, as we see the fighting settle, Melee will do have an Uber advantage, but they've been able to have a lot of distance between them. Mitzi's going to try and hold it here. A lot of pressure on him. Nox is going to come back, try and pick off Gear. Good work by Nox getting the pick there. Nox is taking a lot of damage though. Nox is going down. Mitzi can't Uber him in time. The Ubers are now exchanged on point. Both teams down a soldier. The Scout's in trouble as well. Down goes Tracer. Nadir's jumped in. Really risky play. Complete misstep by Nadir. I don't know what he thought he was going to achieve there. All he's achieved is death. And a soldier hiding here trying to get the medic, but Fun safely tucked away back on middle. He'll be fine. And now, Made in Germany, equal Ubers, and Moule are on their line. 4.5 minutes remaining. If this cap goes down, it's going to be really difficult for Moule to hold, to take another round off him.
They're going to do their best. The Turtle Drosa's breaking out the heavy weapons guy here. No pyro on the field just yet, but Flip is opting to stay scout. Fancies his chances with the scatter gun. There's Bash going down. Might have been a suicide, but CommanderX did find
Soldier
him. He may potentially off class here to heavy or sniper to try and break this last defense. Also an opportunity here with 4 minutes left for Made in Germany to run the clock down a little bit before they try and commit to one push, so they can at least be guaranteed of a golden cap. But I don't think that's their style. They're super aggressive. Here comes Bash on heavy. They're going to, I imagine, do an Uber exchange here, go in and get out, trade the Ubers, and then roll in with their own heavy weapons guy. But we'll see.
I think the heavy might go in. There's a chance he might go water. Here comes the Uber exchange. Scout and demo top left. Mitzi has it in time. Will pop right back. Going to put it on Nox. Now we see a soldier moving water.
Nox is chasing.
Made in Germany. Nox gets Cadus, but as he meets for heavy, the heavy's not in water. The heavy's just in top lob. They're trying to chip down the heavy's health right now. A lot of spam coming in. Droso's going to catch a rocket.
Nadir peeks from lower. He's putting stickies onto the heavy as Nox pushes from the top. They're really trying to push them out here, but a scout forces Nadir back. Now Nox realizes the push hasn't been entirely successful. He's going to back off, wait for spawns, and that was their little chance to poke out there from the last hole, try and get a few frags, but the positioning of Made in Germany was good, and that scout stepping in to push Nadir back was very important there, that Made in Germany didn't lose a whole bunch of players, CommanderX.
Yeah, they managed to hold on, and in all of this, Fun's been building slightly better. He also popped slightly earlier, and he's negotiating himself a 20% advantage. I don't know if that's what they're playing for. They have to go straight away if they want to capitalise on it. They've got 20% to work with. The heavy's going water. It's for submarine push. They're going to go underwater with a heavy. Droso's dropped down to meet him, but Mitzi's only on 90%. He doesn't have the Uber. The heavy's going to go down on point. Mitzi's only on 98%. He's going to pop back. Look, he pops back now. The heavy's going to fall back underwater, try and avoid all the damage. There's still a fully buffed heavy in water, and they can't get to him. Meanwhile, is fighting on the point as well. They're dividing Moule here right now. Fun goes down in water, but the heavy will clean him up. Heavy's going to clean up Mitzi as well. Bash is walking onto the point. The soldier's jumped onto the point. The soldier's so weak. The heavy's mowing everyone down. Bash comes out on top as heavy from water. He takes it 2-1. With only 2 minutes remaining, we're going to need a really quick middle wipe and push from Moule to stay in this first map.
Beautiful use of the off class there by Bash, and just using the geometry around the point and the water area in air quotes. He just made it so hard for anyone to challenge him there, then came back when the Ubers feed it, and that was a beautiful push. It's going to be Uber versus Uber in this middle. Both soldiers from Moule about to get aggressive. They found Thun out in no man's land, just sitting there below with nobody to hail. He's gone down, but we haven't yet seen how the trade will end. Ips will join him in the spawn queue, but it's now up to Made in Germany scouts to try and go huge here, and huge they may yet go. Samsey and Bash picking up Pierre and Nadir while Cadus takes out Flip. Made in Germany looking good right now. Nox, called out by Ips in the pre-game and in the lead up to this tournament as too passive, finds himself as the last man alive. I think that tells you the story right there, CommanderX.
Yeah, his medical's low. He just wanted to make sure he was safe. He's now going to have to go back in with the Uber against a lot of people right now. They're running out of time. 1 minute 14 seconds. Gullywash is one of the shortest maps in the game, so it's quite easy to get from one end to the other. But they've got a lot to deal with right now, and they've not got that cap time either. Just their biggest enemies for clock right now. It just keeps on ticking down. Made in Germany just needs to slow it down. They don't even need to get a lot of frags. They just need to make the pushes take a long time. And this is a really drawn out fight. Mitzi now Ubers. Mitzi's running back to save people. Nox has his melee out. Nox has run out of ammo again. And dares to back off to big door. They fail the push. Made in
There's
Germany.
a man behind you. Look, oh, Cadus is trolling CommanderX. He picks up a 2k on Dune and Cadus, medic and demo man. Cadus trying to kill him with his melee weapon, the pain tree, and I think they realise the time has expired here for this game, and that's good for my map pick system. No problems right here, CommanderX. 20 seconds remaining on the timer, but this is essentially dead time. It's too much ground to cover in this time, and I think we can give it to Made in Germany right here.
Yeah, really close opening exchange. Really could have gone either way. Moule had a few opportunities to push out, a few opportunities to cap. As the players just keep fighting to pad those important damage stats that we were going to look at the end of the game. There we go, and that's the time limit up. That's 2-1 to Made in Germany in the first map of this best of 3 final. We're going to go to the second map now. Did we reach a consensus on how the map's going to be decided? Is it loser's pick?
Oh, it's essentially the same thing now because You know, Mail and Moule are going to get to pick, and like often in tournaments, it's a process of elimination where you get to cut some maps out of the map pool. But we were feeling ruthless. We just said teams can pick. That means they can pick their best map, or else maybe their opponent's worst map. It gives them a little bit more power in terms of which maps will be played. It's not just the maps that people are sort of somewhere in the middle on. It's the maps they feel the most confident on that they can essentially pick here. And 2-1 is the final score. I understand it is going to be just one best of 3. There was a little bit of a debate. I'm not sure if they decide against that, but that was the original tournament structure. But wow, with so many viewers, maybe we should continue for 6 maps. Get Made in Germany to throw a few games here. I don't know.
Maybe unbind a few Uber keys, you know. Have a few drops happening.
I will take this time to promote our sponsor, ZOWIE Gear. They have supplied us with prizes here for this invitational. The best teams in Europe. I might have mentioned that about 100 times already. But for second place, they can earn themselves 6 ZOWIE PTF Speed mouse mats. And then for first place, the victors, they get their choice of a beautiful selection of mice. You can have their choice of the ZOWIE EC1 or EC2 Evo CL, the EC1 or EC2 Evo Black, and the ZOWIE FK, and like that is every nerd's dream, I think. Really a lot of hype around these ZOWIE products right now. Anytime you see them on the forums, it seems to be the definitive answer that it's a ZOWIE mouse you want. Am I wrong, CommanderX?
You're not wrong whatsoever, and they're all going to get their choice of this, whoever the winner may be. And right now, it's in Made in Germany's favour. I've just been looking at the logs right now, Admirable, and they paint a pretty interesting picture. So pretty much in every head-to-head, Mail and Moule out damage their opposing number. Total damage, Mail and Moule are 2,000 damage ahead. Fun died 6 more times than Mitsu, and then Made in Germany won 2-1. Pick apart that puzzle for me, Admirable.
Wow, I need to crack open my stats, put on my lab coat maybe, and try and decipher this. Let me open up the logs. What else can you see there?
Nothing really. Everything's pretty similar, you know. The biggest, maybe most surprising thing is Nadir's damage being a good 50 damage a minute ahead of Cadis's, but then at the same time we saw Nadir get caught out quite a lot. Nadir's kind of positioning was, well, he went in for a lot of risky plays that weren't necessary. Other than that, Bash had a particularly strong game.
Look at Ips, man. You know, I'm always a fan of the kills and assists per death. I think that tells you a lot about the efficiency of a player. Gear actually down at the bottom there, but Ips up top, apart from Mitsu, who seemed to do a great job of getting in on those assists, healing the right players who were killing people, and surviving himself. But Gear, or Ips, put in a good performance in Soldier there. He was 30 for 10 for 18, 30 kills, 10 assists, and 18 deaths. Pretty good. Sam as well, he's always thereabouts, playing an efficient game, trying to protect his medic. But Thun dropped a few clangers, just like, not talking about the stats specifically, but there was a few moments where I was like, Thun, are you sure that's where you want to be right now? Or, you know, he, like, for anyone who hasn't followed this tournament or these teams, he is the rookie medic here. He's been given a chance by these guys to step up to the Premiership level. He's played with them before in the Team Germany national team, but it didn't cost his team the game, but he's definitely a question mark, you know, in their performances. Time will tell as the season progresses, but in terms of this cup and this map we just saw, he did good enough.
I think it's time we go for an advert break before we get into the second map.
Absolutely, you know, people love these ZOWIE. The chat just seems to erupt every time we get to play an advert. So I would delegate to huhy, our streamer, to bring us some ZOWIE action, although I can't actually communicate with this guy, so CommanderX, tell me if it's getting played or not.